What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today I am going to be finishing up the truck. I did ball joints in a previous video. The steering linkage was going to get done that day, but I tried to part it out each individually piece, and I don't know what in the hell happened, but I ended up with stuff that did not fit, didn't even look like the right stuff, nothing. So I went back on Amazon and put in some more information because all of a sudden it wanted more information to let me know it fit my truck, and got this over here that's on the bed of the truck, and let's get that done now. Okay, so this is the new unit. Obviously you can tell it's brand new. So whenever you take this out of your truck from the front, you've got the nut that's here. It's likely, if it's stock, it's likely it won't have a cotter pin, so it's just a nut there, a nut here that's connected to the shock that's on the front of the truck. Here's the shock for the new set. A nut here to take off. This goes to your steering arm on your gearbox, or your steering box, sorry. That nut, and then hammer that off. As you can see, it's hammered down a little bit. And then this nut on this ball joint on the other, this one would be, this is the driver's side, and that's the passenger side over there. This driver's side goes to the driver's side wheel. It's literally those four nuts. You take those out and you take a hammer, smack, 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 smack. You don't need to do that one because that's a shock. You just undo the nut and pull it off, and then smack, smack. And it literally falls down. All right. So what do you do from here once you finally get the right damn parts? Okay, well, I finally got the right damn parts. So what you're going to do is you want to do a mock adjustment, because this controls the angle that your tires are pointing at. You know, if they're too far left, right, whatever, you know, that kind of stuff matters whenever it comes to the wear on your tire. You want to get this decent enough so that, you know, if it takes you a week to get to the front end alignment shop, it's not going to be that big of a deal. I mean, there's plenty of aftermarket resources to, you know, just completely do all this crap at home, but I digress. We're just going to whip out the old trusty measuring tape. Okay. And for the adjustment on this tie rod end, this right here, you just either tighten it one way or loosen it the other way, and it will drag it in and out. So measuring tape, that side of the nut all the way across to the center of that ball joint. You take that measurement, and then, well, you do it on the original. You take the measurement and then you just apply it to the new one. Make sure the length is the same. Another trick that you can do is you can get a little knife or something, and you can go over here and you can count the threads. 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, that'll work too. Me, I did the measurement. Same thing for this one. I measured from the center of this ball joint here all the way across to the center of this ball joint, and then adjusted, or you could count the threads. I don't like counting the threads because, you know, this isn't made by the same people that made this. So I don't know if it's exactly the same or not, but I can tell you what, the measurement will work. All right, so now all I got to do is take the couple of jack stands I got, and I'm going to sit them on the driver's side and the passenger side next to the wheels, so that I can take the steering linkage arms and I can sit them up on those jack stands, and I can put up one side and then the other side, because I don't want one side, stop for a second. I don't want one side, you know, bolted up and then the other side all the way down on the ground and then just putting, I don't want this to have extended the ball joint over, you know, it probably won't hurt it, but you know, that's just me being anal retentive. Anyway, so yeah, 2 jack stands, put one on this side, one on that side, set it up there, stick up one side, bolt it in. The other side, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a jack under the truck, jack up the one side so that I can freely move the other tire, and then I can just turn it, spin it, throw the other ball joint in there, and put the nut on there, tighten it up, and then connect the shock. And then after that, what you want to do is you want to tighten, because these are loose, these nuts, these adjusting nuts and bolts here, they're loose. So once you get everything up in the truck, then you tighten it, and you're there and you're ready to rip. And then you'll be ready to rip. You know, and that's good enough for the girls that I hang out with, so it's good enough for me. Anyways, let me get to getting that underneath the truck, and I'll be back. All right, this is exactly the setup that I used. I jacked up one tire, like I said, so that it could freely move. Put the jack stand under it. And then I had this side, I put the jack stand under it. And put that side in first. Then I put the one that goes to the steering arm here in next. And then I had this one that would go back and forth because it wasn't connected and it's jacked up. And I just skewed it over, put the ball joint in it, put the nut on. Now I need to tighten those nuts, put the cotter pins in it, and that shock is actually still good. So I'm just gonna compress it and put it on there and put the nut on for that and call her good. I totally almost ran off without telling you to finish here. Okay, so, ow. These clamps here, you want to have these bolts, I would say on the side with the crack here, so that when it's pulling that clamping force down, it will clamp that portion. I'm no rocket surgeon, but I figure that's probably how it works. And I'm gonna do the same for that one right there. Tighten both of those, and then you're really done. Peace.